maybe it's tied up with that tall poppy thing a bit as well.
Yeah, and there's like players that have played before you that didn't play for much. But, I mean, you got to look at it as it's an amazing opportunity now for women's cricket. Young girls seeing that, like, you can make a real career out of this. And, you know, if you're...
That's incredible. It's not something to be embarrassed about. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, so, like, obviously you'd rather it not be shown to the media. But
it's still kind of badass in a way.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, but people see that and they're like, shit, she's getting 190k, but you lose about 40% of it. So
40% to, say, tax.
Tax, yeah.
And then you got an agent to pay, or like does someone get 15%, 20%? Or?
Yeah, I don't have a agent that takes my cricket contracts. They'll take money from deals they get me.
Oh, okay. Oh, how good. Oh, okay, so after tax, you're still looking at like 100k or something.
Yeah.
Shit, that's amazing.
Well, it's still great, isn't it?
It's incredible. Yeah. So are your parents still teachers?
No. So all my aunties and uncles are. My mum is actually with the New Zealand Players Association. So she works on basically life outside of cricket with some of the men's domestic teams. Wellbeing, like PD type of stuff. And my dad, he was the director of Cricket Wellington when I was about 10. My parents actually brought Kelly Sports to New Zealand, which was like sport for young kids.
What is that? I've never heard of it.
This was ages ago, but basically just they run holiday programs, after school care, and they would go into primary schools and basically take PE lessons for schools, because I think when my sister started school, mum and dad were shocked at like how the basic skills of catching a ball and whatnot were just not there. And there's this thing in Aussie, so they brought it to New Zealand.
You and your sister never had a chance, with the cricket.
Yeah, I know.
Like
do you know, it's funny because when Jess was young, she like, as soon as she was walking, she had a ball in her hand, like, loved sport. And I was just a real chiller, like, I was just sit there, I'd, like, line up cars in a perfect order, like, a little bit OCD, and just had no interest. And my parents were like, oh, yeah, Melie had no interest. She got into sport quite late. I was, like, 5 years old. They're like, she got into it late. Probably a normal age.
Yeah. Is your DMs just full of like Indian fans?
Yeah, I haven't really looked at them, but I think you get a few like marriage proposals and whatnot. So I haven't said yes to any yet.
Oh, there's always time.
Yeah. There's always time, you know. Yeah. You never know.
And what about are you superstitious, or you have any like pre-game routines or any like must-dos or like processes?
Yeah, I used to be really superstitious when I was a kid. I've chilled out a little bit now. I always put my left pad on first and my left glove. I have the same like routine, like batting routine, like 2 taps and whatnot. But that's about it, really. Yeah, that's...
So you're not an overthinker?
No, I'm not an overthinker of sport. I'm an overthinker of life.
Yeah. Actually, that's probably a good transition time. We'll get into that now. So, July 2020. That's when... Can you... I don't know if you want to... we can get into this in as much or as little information as you want, because I mean, dragging this shit back up, I know it's never nice and never easy. But what was going on then, July 2020? Yeah,
2020 was... When was it? So that's kind of when COVID started, didn't it?
Pandemic time, yeah.
Yeah. So that's when my friend's brother committed suicide that year. And then obviously like I loved lockdown because I felt like the world stopped around me, and I felt like we were like at peace. And I know it was horrible for some people, and I had a good household, but I guess I keep busy and whatnot, but I just felt like the world stopped and I just felt safe. Like I felt in a safe place.